Hi guys, welcome to the Lung Association of Alberta and Northwest Territories Better Breather Support Group Vaccine FAQ. I am Ursula, one of the moderators of the group, and have been a respiratory therapist for the last 10 years. I'm here today with my teammate Kristina to help answer some vaccine FAQs. Our first question that we have today is, what are the different types of vaccines and how do they work?
So hey guys, I'm Kristina. I'm one of the moderators for the Better Breathers Club. I'm currently in school to become a respiratory therapist. So the question about what's the difference between the three vaccines, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and Moderna. The AstraZeneca vaccine uses what's called adenovirus vector technology. It uses a weakened version of the common cold virus, which has the same gene as the coronavirus. This triggers an immune response, which helps your body work against COVID-19. The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines work with mRNA technology, which introduces a genetic code that helps the body produce COVID-19 antibodies. This does not change your DNA since it never enters the cell nucleus. It will only go to the working part of your cell to help build your immunity. Because of how they work and they are not live viruses, neither vaccine will give you COVID-19. So another question we've been having is the chipping or nanoparticles being talked about in the vaccine that Ursula will answer.
There is a lot of talk about nanotechnology being used as chipping in the vaccination. What it actually is a little nanoparticle they use that is lipid in nature. So think of it like little itty bits of butter that surround the vaccine so that it does not get wrecked on the way to the cells. We need the cell information to go directly to where it needs to work in order for it to give the right information to boost your immunity. So based on that, there is no chipping, there is no nanotechnology. You can't get better cell service from having a vaccine. So just get your vaccine, please. Kristina is going to address for us, was the vaccine made too quick?
So the vaccine clinical trials did not skip any steps. The only reason it was accelerated so fast compared to the other vaccines is because the government offered extra funding and fast approval, which allowed the steps to go along much quicker. Scientists have been working towards mRNA technology for decades when they learned about SARS, which is also a member of the coronavirus family. Therefore, they didn't have to start from scratch. Next, we're going to talk about the long haul of COVID.
Long haul COVID-19 refers to the long-term symptoms people may experience after recovering from the disease. People with pre-existing conditions like lung disease, heart disease, or the immunocompromised and end up with COVID-19 in the ICU are more at risk of having these lingering effects. Some of the symptoms persist for weeks or even months after the symptoms first appear. According to symptoms from the CDC, you can get things like fatigue, shortness of breath, cough, joint pain. Some other reported long-term symptoms include difficulty with thinking and concentration, like a brain fog, some depression, muscle and joint aches again. Serious long-term complications, which appear to be less common but have been reported, are things like inflammation of the heart muscles, some lung function abnormalities, acute kidney injury, smell and taste problems, and of course, memory problems. There's more as well. So the key to this is prevention, being vaccinated, washing your hands, watching your distance, and wearing your mask. These are things that can help you reduce the spread, but also keep you safe. So Kristina is going to talk about what we can do about getting our second doses.
So if you got the AstraZeneca vaccine for your first dose, you can choose between a second dose of AstraZeneca or one of the mRNA vaccines by booking through AHS website or by calling 811. If you have not received a first dose of a vaccine, it's recommended that you pick one of the mRNA vaccines, so Pfizer or Moderna. For Pfizer, you want to wait 3 weeks between each dose, and Moderna, you want to wait 4 weeks between each dose. One of the next questions we have is, can you still get COVID and transmit it even after receiving the vaccine?
Possible to get and transmit the virus once vaccinated, but the chances of you having enough viral load to transmit when both doses are given is very slim. If you are to get COVID once vaccinated, it would be a much lesser version and should hopefully keep you out of the ICU, which means less chances of prolonged symptoms.
Thank you to those who gave us questions to be answered. As always, if you have any others you'd like answered, feel free to reach out to me or Ursula. We'd love to get those answered for you.
Remember, prevention is key. Vaccinate, wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Once vaccinated, please feel free to maintain this as the regulations are lifting. It will help to keep the spread down and also help keep you safer. Thanks for joining us, guys.